Right, so I've mixed that dark brown colour in there. In fact, I might get a bit more dark sienna with that. That's enough. Typically I have to pick out the wrong one. I'm going to put a bit more dark sienna in with this mixture. It'll bulk it out because it does go quickly when you're doing these walls. You need a lot of paint for it, so as you can see, a lot of paint is what I've got. I won't use all that, but I've got some tricks up my sleeve. I had a woman asking me the other day, it's another tip for Tuesday. She was asking about a paint, what to do. You know when you've got paints left like that at the end, and I was telling her what I do is I use cling film, and I use my knife like this, pick the paint up in a big blob, and I actually put it on cling film and then stick it in the freezer. It'll last 3-4 years in the freezer without changing at all. It stays perfect, and then when you take it out of the freezer, it defrosts in about 2 or 3 minutes and it's ready to use. It's ideal. Someone else gave me that tip. I've had loads of tips from other people, and all them tips add up. Torben gave us some brilliant tips on how to clean my brushes and stuff like that. I'll go through that at the end with you all. I'm sure Torben will be chuffed to bits that I'm passing on some of his knowledge. Right, so I'm at a stage now where I just need to put a wall in. So it's going to come from here, so I'm going to start off by just blacking part of that out. You see that? That's the corner edge where this wall's going to come from there. I want to paint a little style in this. There. This is foreground, so you need a lot of paint, and I want it to be the same size as this and have it coming across here. Maybe it's going to fall down, maybe it's had a bit of a rough life, and this half of it I'm going to have part of it falling down. Right, now I want the style to be somewhere near here, because it's more than likely that the style will be near here, so it could get to that gate easy. First of all, don't worry about the top, allow it to just be flat. What I'm trying to do is just get enough colour in so that I can come back afterwards with a light colour over the top. Now, where's my style going to be? Somewhere there, I said. So you have one half up there, and you leave a gap in between like so, and then what you do, you come along and you put a base in for that. So that's just the dark side of it. And now we can paint some lovely rocks in around that, because they always have really lovely copings for the styles. If you go into nature regularly and you see these things a lot, I mean, I'm not even having to look at anything when I'm doing this. You get used to doing it as well when you paint it a lot. Particular scenes, it will really pay dividends, because things that were tough at first just suddenly become extremely easy. I know people say, oh, it's alright, you saying it's easy, and it is easy. It's just a matter of practice. There's a lot of people who just say anyone can do this, anyone, and I say yeah, anyone can do this, but you've got to have the right frame of mind. You've got to be willing to push yourself through hardships, get yourself out of sticky jams and stuff like that. That's what painting's all about. And once you learn how to get yourself out of them sticky jams, you can more or less have confidence that anything you do, you can correct. So you don't worry about it then, and you just enjoy what you're doing. It's nowhere near as tiring neither, because painting for people who don't do it that often is extremely tiring, and I know that through teaching. Right, we're going to have that wall falling down just there, and then maybe Just here, there's another bit that's still up there, half okay. And I'll put a couple of boulders in between where it's fallen down. See how I'm doing it smaller on the ends, it's where they've lost the stones basically. And then that's going to come up there again as normal and turn it into a normal wall maybe. No, in fact, let's have it coming back down. It's fallen over all over places, this wall. It's fallen down. Too many kids jumping over it, either that or sheep. Or horses, seeing as there's like a horse's little horse box there. We'd more than likely have horses in these fields. Right. And then I'm just going to have it that same width as that at this end. By doing that and having it smaller in there, it takes your eye through into that gap. And that's what we're trying to do, lead people through your painting so that when they see it, it makes them just feel like they can just walk into it and, you know, see what's round the corner, and that's what you want. Should give people a really summery feeling, this type of painting. Oops, sorry, I'll have to move the camera through there. There, so like I said, I'm not even thinking about the tops just for now. Just getting that body of colour in first. And this grass in front, I can paint the grass like I did there in front of this again, no problem. Right, I'm also just going to stick a bit of that darker colour just down in here, just here and there though, not everywhere. Because this is dried, it's got a rough texture. So you'll notice it'll pick it off easy and it won't destroy everything, yeah? See that? I don't want it too lit up in there, I want it to be quiet. So the bright ones will stand out more then by having that bit of dark with it. Same in here. Just want to put a few bits and bobs, darker areas in. Just lower down on the wall. The tops of the wall will be lit up. But only a few of them will be lit up. I did a few too many. But this is where you can change. I'm using the knife in a traditional manner now, just by going over it dry. That's cool. You can hear there the stippleness of it. Right, knife, get rid of all that paint. By doing it flat, see that you can more or less end up with hardly any paint on your knife. It's ideal. And then you can just use this edge to come in here and put some little indications in. Move you around. Might even put remnants of a little fence in just there at some stage. Why not? Teach people how to do different kinds of fences, couldn't I even? Yeah, I'm just using this for the tops now, the knife. You can actually just even pick up the colour that's on there sometimes, and that's enough. Or you can just get a little load on your knife. All different shapes and sizes on the top. I used to do dry stone walling, and it's wonderful working out in countryside building these dry stone walls. It's in the fresh air, listening to the birds. It's wicked, really tranquil. Then you go in at farmer's wife's house for your dinner. She makes you a really nice country dinner and that. Cup of chai, nice brew. Brilliant. There was a countryside skills course that I were on. Really enjoyed that. Yeah. can't get the right shapes you want with the knife, sometimes afterwards I'll go in with a brush as well, just a filbert brush. But it's going pretty good so far. Now when I highlight these it'll stand out a lot more on this part. I'm just putting the tops on first and then I'll highlight them afterwards. And then I'll also marry that edge up so that this wall's in front of that that's behind there. I think you can see this, just put a couple of boulders, big one maybe in there. Little one. Maybe there's another big one. Maybe it's 2 or 3 together. See that? I want to leave that, like I said, I think I'll put a fence on there or something. But we've got a style that I'm going to put in here that'll be nice to do. Again, I'm just using the dark brown. Some little tops on there. I can actually make it quite a bit bigger as well. I'm actually using now. I use the knife on an angle when I'm doing these tops, about that sort of an angle, and then just use a roundward motion, a rounded motion, and it gives them like a rounded top that similar to how you get in the Yorkshire Dales. The walls that I was building were all made from limestone, sort of thing that you get at Malham Cove. Beautiful. Right, I'm going to attach that to there, it's just fallen down there a bit. I had a rough life. If you never had nothing to fight for, well, that may be a bit boring. One thing I really miss though is being able to run. I tell you, I used to go running every day and I used to love it. When I was boxing training, I really started getting I don't know if you've ever heard of it, parkour, free running. There was a time where I was really fit and I was right into parkour. I loved it, it was really good. I was at the peak of my physical fitness then. I'm not doing too bad, there's a lot of people worse off than I am. And everywhere. Amazing how many people are getting cancer nowadays. Something in the water. What is it? Fluoride? Nah, they won't put that in as water, would they? Surely not. Right. Just going to leave it like that for now and then we're going to come back and highlight it all.